Rick Lampy will be out in front in car number 17. And this will be a one to keep an eye on because Rick has been running very strong in that 17 car. Morgan to his outside. It'll be Riley Duncan on the inside of row number 2. Will Hibden to his outside. Ken Walker in car number 51. Jonathan Dean in car number 29. That's another car to keep an eye on. Craig Morgan in the 4. All right, getting them lined up 2 by 2. They'll go green in one more lap. Burt in the 12, Woodruff in the 03. All right, here we go, coming off turn number 4. They'll be looking for the green flag, this time by Rick Lampy. Leads them in nice and easy. Green in the air, here we go. Lampy not wasting no time trying to get away from this field. Already 6-7 car lengths out in front for Rick Lampy. Riley Duncan running in that number 2 spot. Morgan right up on his back bumper. Here comes Kenny Walker in the number 51. Oh, problems for Burt in the 12 car. Driver out of Marionville, Missouri. Big smoke, big problems for the 12. He's down on the bottom of the racetrack. We'll see if he's able to get that car off the speedway, but right now, slow down on the bottom. Ken Walker up into the number 3 spot. Jonathan Dean into 4th. As Burt doing a nice job, he'll take that car off the racetrack. Tough break for the Marionville pilot. Rick Lampy out in front and pulling away. Ken Walker searching for that number 2 spot as he's right up on the back of Riley Duncan. And now Chad Donaldson make that Jonathan Dean moving up on Ken Walker. Speaking of Chad Donaldson, he's moving forward. A 22 car working the bottom of the racetrack. But a great battle for this number 3 spot. And problems for the 20 car off the pace. And looks like caution is going to come out. Tough break for the 20 car. That's going to be Jordan Brenton, the driver out of Commerce, Oklahoma. And he had trouble in the heat race earlier tonight, and once again trouble here in the A main. And looks like he may need some help back to the pit area. Out on the racetrack, it's been all Rick Lampy so far. Car on the move is that 34 car, Jacob Long, driver out of Greenfield, Missouri. Looks like he's up into the top 5 after starting in the number 10 spot. Darren Burt was the car that went off a little bit earlier, car number 12, driver out of Marionville. All right, so the 20 car of Jordan Brenton headed for the pit area. Tough break for him. Cody Lewis in the 11 car deep in the field did not make the call for the heat race earlier tonight. Able to make it for tonight's A main. Craig Morgan back to about the 6th position. Make that, the 6th position right now. Yeah, make that the 5th spot. All right, so it will be a double file restart behind leader Rick Lampe. We'll see if Sean Duncan wants the bottom side or the top. It looks like he's going to choose the bottom side, so that'll put Jonathan Dean up in the top lane. Ken Walker will be down in the low lane in row number 3 with Jacob Long to his outside. Morgan and Donaldson in row number 4. Morgan and Woodruff in row number 5. That's the way they'll restart. Well, Rick Lampe looks to have the 17 car hooked up good tonight. And we could see another first-time feature winner here in the Midwest Modifieds presented by Casey's General Store. Coming off turn number 4, down to the green flag. It'll be green in the air for Rick Lampe. He'll lead him in through turns 1 and 2. Duncan going side by side with Jonathan Dean. Here comes Jacob Long in the car number 34. Good battle for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th position as they come off turn number 4 down to the start-finish line. Another car moving big is Chad Donaldson in the 22. Donaldson up into the top 5 and looking for more. Oh, problems down here in turns 3 and 4. Jonathan Dean sliding up the racetrack, making heavy contact with Jacob Long. And caution out again, problem for Chris Woodruff. And that's Chris Woodruff in the 03. Not sure what's going on with his machine, but looks like he may have had some contact with the left side of that car. And we'll keep an eye on him, see what we got going on with him. Once again, Rick Lampe had jumped out to a big lead, or at least a moderate lead, but the racing for that 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th on back was really heating up. Jacob Long continues to be very strong in that 34 car. Jonathan Dean looking strong, and Chad Donaldson is the car really moving up strong as well. That 22 car looking really good. So we'll get them lined up as Chris Woodruff heads back to the pit area. Burt also back to the pit area as well. So losing a couple of cars here early. Jordan Brenton also off the racetrack. So I believe that's 3 cars out of our starting field that have headed back to the pit area. And it looks like the 03 has recovered. We have a white Ford Explorer in the parking lot, and your tail lights are on, your brake lights are on, so not sure what's going on there, but the white Ford Explorer SR8 U5B. SR8 U5B. And it's got a 73 sticker, a Dragons number 73. Thank you. So if that is your car, your back lights are on. And they don't need to be. So you got that going for you. All right, Chris Woodruff going to continue on in the 03 with Rick Lampe out in front, getting ready for the restart. Duncan and Dean in row number 2. Here we go, coming off turn number 4. Rick Lampe bringing them in. Chad Donaldson once again wasted no time. He'll go after that 34 car. He'll clear him, moving up into the number 4 spot. Now he's alongside of Jonathan Dean. Off turn number 4, Lampe still out front, but here comes Riley Duncan. Riley Duncan on the charge. And problems for Jacob Long. Tough break for the 34 car as he was on a rail, but now headed back, looks like, for the pit area. One of our fastest movers is out. Rick Lampe out in front. Riley Duncan, Jonathan Dean, your top 3. Chad Donaldson in 4th. And it looks like the 51 of Ken Walker up to 5th. And Chris Woodruff already into the number 6 spot. So after that restart, really moving forward well. But Rick Lampe opening up that lead out in front. He is going to be hard to handle tonight. Riley Duncan doing a fantastic job, smooth in that number 11 car. He's in the number 2 spot. Jonathan Dean holding on to 3rd, and Chad Donaldson so far not able to move forward. In fact, oh, here we go. Problems here on the front stretch for the 21. And you got to believe that Rick Lampe did not want to see that as Dylan Sanderson goes around in car number 21. And we'll check on Dylan Sanderson here, see what's going on with the 21 machine. So Lampe out in front, not quite able to put it in the books yet, looking for his very first feature win. For that matter, Riley Duncan, Jonathan Dean also looking for number 1. And it looks like another car going to go on the hook. And we've really been wearing out that wrecker tonight. And looks like another rear end problem. Jerry Langton went out of the race earlier tonight in car number 44 with a rear suspension problem. And we've seen several cars with that same issue. So this track has got a lot of grip in it tonight, and that certainly puts a lot more pressure on that rear suspension as they go sliding around these corners. Could be a factor, not sure. But they get a lot of good side bite when it's got this much grip. In fact, some of these cars, you can tell going through the corners, they have a tremendous amount of side bite, able to keep those cars pinned down to the bottom. And again, I think that just goes back to the grip that's in this speedway tonight. All right, the Riley Duncan machine has a lane choice. He'll take the bottom. That'll put Jonathan Dean back on the top side. Chad Donaldson alongside Ken Walker. That's your top 5. All right, laps are winding down. Can Rick Lampe hold on for his first win? Car number 17. He'll try as he comes off turn number 4. Green back out in the air. Everybody trying to take advantage of the packed up group here early in this restart. Chad Donaldson driving it in deep down into turn number 3, but can't hold it down. And here comes Chris Woodruff. Chad Donaldson on a rail. He and Ken Walker both picked up a couple of spots. Here in this final restart, problems for Jonathan Dean as we see the white flag. Jonathan Dean going to the back and slow on the racetrack. Tough break for Jonathan Dean, who looked so strong early. And coming down to the start-finish line, checkered flag in the air. Rick Lampe gonna win it. Riley Duncan, Chad Donaldson, your top three. Kenny Walker finishing up in the 4th spot. Chris Woodruff recovers for a top 5 finish. So, Midwest Modified B Group in the books. Well, Rick Lampe's been running here at Springfield Raceway quite a long time, and it's certainly good to see him pulling that 17 car down into victory lane. He'll pull that 17 car into a very sloppy victory lane. Nice job there by Rick Lampe. All right, it's the Pepsi-Cola Pure Stock. Rolling out onto the racetrack, getting ready for their A-main. Leading them out is going to be the Night Rider, Michael McKnight. On his outside out of Aurora, Missouri, that's Brandon Sanders. Kevin Yount in car number 53. He'll roll off alongside Richard Harrington's Mexican Villa 15. Jacob Cater trying to go 2 in a row. And folks in victory lane coming out for the first time, let him know you appreciate him tonight. Rick Lampe, your feature winner. Nothing like picking up the first win. And a nice job there by Rick Lampe. A lot of hard work goes into that program, and tonight it paid off for him. Good to see him in victory lane. Back out on the racetrack.